Rohit Srivastava is joining us to talk about markets. Rohit, the market setup. How should one be approaching this kind of a market? And anybody who's been around for a while would be sitting on very good gains right now. The temptation to book profits on the one hand, the other hand, there is some missed out feeling. What should be the behavior be?
So every discussion on this has to be broken up into two parts, which is traders and investors. For traders, booking gains is the best thing that you can ever learn to do. We know we like to ride an entire move as far as possible. If you are fairly tuned as to how to trail a stop loss or how to trail a particular market, then you continue to trail it till it reverses and then execute it accordingly. But you have to take gains off the table. That is how your trade book has to operate. And right now, when you look at things like the RSI, both on the daily and hourly charts, readings are greater than 85. Then it is a combination which at some point of time will result in a knee-jerk reaction and give you a better entry opportunity. So this is not the time where I would like to take fresh trades in terms of risk. I would really want that 1 day, 2 day kind of pullback to take place, and then to judge whether this can continue and take fresh trades there. So that is what the trading part will be. On the investment side, we have reached our original objective and are overshooting. We were thinking 20,700. Now we are overshot that. We are now starting to think Nifty closer to 21,050. But the point being that at these levels, on the investment side also, we would really want to wait before we really take any fresh entries into any particular stock. The question is, even on the investment side, should we be booking? We would need some additional signs to confirm that. We don't have that right now. Of course, the macro headwinds which have been around for most of this year, mostly related to global things like the potential for a US recession and so on, remain, even though interest rates have started to, rather bond yields have started to cool off. Interest rates are still to give that cue, and we'll be waiting for central banks, both in India and the US, to give us a sense of that. There's just one domestic factor which bothers me, and that is the currency itself. Because the USDINR has been knocking on the doors of 83, 83.5. If it goes past 83.5, it would be a sign that we are probably headed to 85, 87. And to me, that is a risk to equities in the near term, whether it happens immediately, whether it happens in January. I think right now the easy thing to say is that any risk will show up only in Jan. The market may simply stretch or continue in the current levels simply because it's year end, and second half of this month will sort of become a holiday period, and so you won't really see much volatility.
Okay, and that rupee going to 85, 86 might not be great news for the economy in that sense, but of course IT stocks will be rejoicing that, so perhaps that's some sort of impact that we are seeing today. But the other space that has been perking up, Rohit, is the entire chemical, specialty chemical space. Tata Chemicals, JHCL, Alkyl Amines, Balaji Amines, all of these stocks are doing well. Anything within this sector that has caught your attention?
Not really. It's been a sector that has consolidated for a very long period of time. I think not participated in this bull run for most of this 2 years. You've seen many rallies that have failed, so it has sort of gone off the radar. Can it resume its moves? Surely there's a time where that can happen. But right now, I think we are not really focused on that sector.
Are you focused? I know you said you're not tempted too much to put in fresh trades to work, but if you were a compulsive trader, where would you initiate fresh longs? Is it going to be IT or is it still going to be financials?
A bit of both, because both are interesting. I mean, Bank Nifty has just come back to an all-time high, lagging the other indices. So now that it is playing catch up, there's room till around 47,700 in my mind that it can stretch to. So there may be some more space for banking to play out. And similarly, IT is also interesting because, even though longer term, I don't know whether it outperforms or not, but shorter term, it does have a bit of momentum. These stocks have not fallen much in the last 2 days. We are seeing, sort of breakouts, not really giving any advice here. But if you look at charts of, say, TCS, it went past the last 6-7 days, trading range. And that is an interesting sign to see and, consider whether it can continue. So there is a case, I think, for IT to be a part of that play.
Rohit, there's one stock which cracked a whole lot in the last 1 month or so. Raymond, almost 40% from the recent highs in the middle of a raging bull market. Today it's kind of come back. How are the charts looking? No recommendation, but purely the chart setup.
So, well, Raymond's not been on my tracking list, so I don't really have a view on it.
Angel One. Angel One has surprised everybody on the upside in terms of getting stretched. Today again new numbers came, but how do the charts looking? If I've been riding this name, should I be booking profit or where should the trailing stop losses be?
Again, I don't really track Angel One either.
The trader favorite stocks, Rohit. I think you track more of FNO large cap universe, not much the mid cap names, right?
So let's
Well,
talk
it's a
about
very,
the
so it's a very large basket. See, when we think of cash market, like there are 3,006 stocks listed on the BSE, and we do these occasional scans to just give you an insight, where we try to look at stocks which are trending, and which means that they are holding above a particular level for a period of time, and then that ends up becoming a basket that we try to verify in terms of trend. But there's so many of those within that. Also, there's so many random stocks, some of which we don't know whether they're fundamentally inclined or not. This is a momentum market, so we can keep chasing momentum. Everybody has their favorites, so yeah, you can't have a view on everything. That is the main point.
Well, as it's been said, it's a buffet right now in the Indian market. Take your pick because looks like the momentum is strong. Thanks so much, Rohit, for making time and speaking with us.